It's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. Just felt the need to dive back into one of my favorite rye distilleries and just the continued fucking hitters that are coming out. It's more Sagamore 9-year-old picks. Holy smokes, hold on to your seatbelts, boys and gals, and prepare for a delicious ride to Flavor Town. Now, I've done a video, I'll link it above, where I did another 9-year pick compared to the OG 9-year right here from last year. But I got my hands on another pick thanks to the wonderful and always wonderful Mike Sutton. Thank you, sir. Look. Guys, can we just appreciate the value? These things are out there for like $70, $75 hairs for a 9-year-old 110 proof MGP rye whiskey. I mean, I said it before, and say again, these are killer values. Go. Why are you hunting for 6-year-old Thomas H. Shitty? I mean, handy. There's no reason. That is terrible compared to anything that Sagamore is putting out with an age statement on it that has a 9 on it. Okay, now look, if you've been confused, Sagamore used to do picks. They were different. Well, they always have done picks, but they were different. They usually said no age on them, right? There might have been a little tag on the neck that said the age 6, 7, sometimes 8. But these new ones here say age 9 years, right down here. Okay, and they come with this sweet blacked out label. Well, black and white, but you know, a cool label. So I thought we'd just throw together a quick blind here. Well, Rita did it. She poured them up for me. We're just going to see if there's like, you know, difference in flavors and how both of these now compare to the OG 9-year from 2024 release. And this one, for those lacking a skilled memory, was 112.6, compute, 56.3% alcohol by volume. So a little bit higher proof, barrel proof, whereas these two here are, you know, their picks are always 110. Now, again, gearing up, folks. We're gearing up. 10 years coming out in the fall from Sagamore. So join my Patreon if you want a shot at getting one of them if you don't normally get Sagamore where you are. And let's also not forget Sagamore has released their new 7-year-old cask strength. That's all their own distillate. So not to be confused, all these 9-year and 9-year picks are all MGP, and it's Sagamore's blend of MGP, which is a 95.5 blended with like a 51% rye. You get like 74%. And then in the final bottle here, that's going away, right? Like they're done contracting with MGP. They've all moved to their own distillate, which is now over 7 years old. But they released a 7-year cask strength. I didn't put it in the blind tonight because I already did a video on it. It's very good. I'm excited to where they're going to go with it. I really am. But if you guys want just the best profile Sagamore's done to date, you owe it to yourself to pick up a 9-year store pick now while they're available. Once they run out of MGP, guess what, folks? Ain't gonna be no more 9-year store picks of at least MGP, right? Maybe they're gonna switch to their own, but it is a slightly different profile. So if you love Sagamore of old, your heart yearns for it like mine does, pick these up now when you can find them. All right, enough chit chat on that. In the blue, we don't know, but maybe you do what it is. On the nose. God damn delicious fruit and oak. There's like a leather here. And it's just like a fruit cocktail, leather and oak. Delicious rye spice. Holy hell, are we in for a treat. Down the hatch. Holy shit. Oh. Oh my God. Just. Man, you should do illegal things to get one of these. You really should. Phenomenal. There's like a marshmallow note. There's like a delicious, dark, rich oak, like molasses, barrel char, leather, tons of fruit, delicious, whatever that one is. Guys, that's easily worth like $150 hairs. Like, I'm sorry. I hate to be expensive, but like, that's not what they charge for these, but that's how good it is. In the gold. Okay, more fruit, a little bit less dark. More caramels, more vanilla, and the fruit is just turned up a bit. Not quite as dark though. Is that almost like a bubblegum note? Like a cherry bubblegum note? The blue one, our first one, way darker, just like molasses and marshmallows in the blue. All right, gold down the hatch. Oh, sweet heavens, does that just lean into the fruit. Delivers a very mature, better fruit experience, a little bit less dark, but still very mature in age, but just so good. Fruit cocktail, more vanilla in that one. Again, so a little bit different. You know, one was like darker molasses, marshmallow, and fruit. This one's like fruit dialed up. Those others are darker notes dialed back a little bit. More like the bubblegum, cherry, rye thing going on. So look, all three of these are 9 years old, right? So there is going to be some variation. Obviously, we've only done 2. All right, the third one here in the clear, just so you can see, look at the color. I mean, I feel for you guys that just are missing out. You're not part of my Patreon. You're not getting Sagamores on the reg. I mean, Patreon group, I'm going to try to do a pick maybe with them, right? Get one of these for you guys, but if not, I'll try to get some bottles for you guys, part of the Patreon group. But guys and gals, although this channel is like 99% men, I don't know what that's saying, but you got to stop chasing the horse shit, more expensive ryes and just come back to reality with a nice, killer fucking valued rye right here. On the nose of this clear glass. Oh man, this kind of toes the line. This is like it's got a little bit of the molasses darkness to it, but it's also pulling some of the fruit notes. It's not quite as dark as the blue, I don't think. It feels like it has more oak to it though than either one. I think this is really relying on like the oak, less on the fruit. God damn, that oak's intoxicating. How old is this one? I heard some of these picks, although written with a 9 are 10. And is this like a sneak peek of what Sag 10 is going to be like? God, I hope so. All right, down the hatch. Holy oak monsters, that's good. All three of these are different. This one carries far more oak, brings in the molasses, skips the marshmallow of the blue, brings in a touch of fruit from the gold, but then it's not as even fruity as the blue. Gosh, which one do I like better? It's like you got 3 children, they're all good with different talents. Which one do you like better? They're almost equal. I'm gonna back these off camera and come back and see if I can even rank them. Holy hell, guys, we're back. I can't. I think the blue and the clear are a little bit better than the gold for me, and I'm a big fruity rye guy, don't get me wrong. Not a big fruity guy, big fruity rye guy. Remember that, big distinction. But anyway, they're almost all equal, but I think the blue and the clear have just like a little bit, they feel a little bit older, right? But they are dialing back on the fruit, so it's going to be totally dependent on exactly your palate, profile. Like, look, if you guys follow me and you generally agree with my results, that doesn't mean we have the same palate, right? It just means we like similar things, but you could be slightly different in one area on the flavor, and I'm saying these are so close that I can't rank them, although I think I prefer the blue and the clear, but a given day, maybe if it's hotter out, I prefer the gold. That's how close they are. So, let's find out which ones they are. Whoa. We said the gold was maybe last, but not really. That is the original 9 year, folks. So, 9 year Sagamore batch, old news. Get a store pick. Both these were store picks. So, the blue is this Annapolis Whiskey Club pick. You guys did a phenomenal job. This one was more like marshmallow molasses and had a little bit of fruit, but this was so dark and rich. A little bit off profile, I think, for the fruitiness, but this was killer good, guys. And that means when I said it was the oakiest, is this other pick here. It just says Team Whiskey. So I think maybe that was like a Sagamore pick, but it's a pick. I don't know who picked that one, but holy hell, is this one oakier. So, look, guys, please pick up one of these. These are killer. My 2024 Rye of the Year. DB Cooper, just kidding, from the Shelf Clear. The boys in Florida do a great job. River Roots pick 12-year, 8-month MGP 95.5 at only 106.24. So it's only, you know, 4 proof off from these bad boys. It's all 95.5 though. It is older. It is older. We gotta say that. This is my rye of the year for 2024. It did beat batch Sag 9. You know, there you go. How does it compare? On the nose of the River Roots? God damn, so much rye spice. A lot of molasses here, a lot of oak. A lot of oak. Down the hatch. Oh, is that heavenly and decadent. Oh. So I can tell you why it beat this 9-year batch. Because it had more oak to it. The age really shone through. It has this delicious, like, rye, candy rye thing going on in the molasses. Let's put it against the clear, which had the most oak. Oh, the clear's still fighting on the nose, guys. Down the hatch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That clear is really... That's neck and neck, everybody. Neck and neck. There's just a little more oak to the 12-year. And, of course, it's an age thing, right? But man, is that clear... whatever, Team Whiskey Sag 9 pick fight. All right, to the blue Annapolis Whiskey Club pick. Oh, there's those dark notes. Molasses, marshmallow. Guys, I kid you not. In a blind, this delicious, one of my favorite ryes of all time, on a given night could lose to these Sagamore picks. And I said they were a little better than the gold. I think they are. Here's the gold. Yeah, the gold lost because although the fruit's good, it's lacking. What's funny is, no, it's very good too, but it's lacking the little bit more age notes coming in these picks. Guys, please get a pick. These picks could rival my rye of the year for 2024. That's how good these Sagamore picks are getting, guys. Please buy one. Please. I'm not affiliated with Sagamore. I get no commission. I'm just letting you know this is some of the best goddamn rye out there. And you gotta stop hunting these expensive bullshit ryes like Thomas H. Handy and, you know, whatever else they're trying to sell you for just enormous prices. $75 hairs, folks. $75 hairs. Pick it up. Like you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Have a good evening, everybody.